Good morning. Wow, what a day yesterday. Big time. Big time day yesterday. Wow, the Dobbs decision dropped and made New York look like a fool. Can you imagine, after that ruling, how many people that have had their rights trampled on are going to be able to sue for that now? Because it was always unconstitutional, and what happened to them was a violation. I'm pretty sure they can go back. I'm pretty sure. There may be a statute of limitations on some of it, but wow. And then what nobody realizes is that decision yesterday in Dobbs, it basically declared constitutional carry the law of the land. Not just concealed carry and you can get you a permit. No, you listen to what was said in the majority opinion. Clarence Thomas wrote that it's a constitutional right to carry a weapon, be armed in public. A constitutional right to be armed in public. A constitutional right to be armed in public. Now think about that. Now, this was over licensing to conceal carry. So him declaring it a right, you can't license that. There is no license for that. You can't license your rights. That turns them into a privilege. So what is just happening, the media ain't going to tell nobody. And a couple people have picked up on it. But what happened yesterday, they basically declared constitutional carry the law of the land. And there's no stipulation on conceal or open. So, yeah. That's what went down yesterday. I'm telling you. What is it? Shuttlesworth? Yeah. Shuttlesworth, Birmingham, Alabama. They charge a license or mandate a license and charge a fee. You can continue with your right with impunity without having to pay the licensing fee. Pretty sure that's Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama. I'll have to go look, but I'm pretty sure. Look it up. Yeah, if they charge a fee and want to give a license for your rights, you can go ahead and do your right with impunity. Do what you want to do. What's the other one? Miranda versus Arizona. No law can be making abridge your rights. What is it? Marbury versus Madison. Yeah, all that comes into play. Nobody's realized yet, that was basically constitutional carry, the law of the land. That's in D.C., in California, in New York, everywhere. Hawaii. Yeah. It just basically, don't take my word for it, you look it up. Clarence Thomas said being armed in public was a constitutional right, and it wasn't a second-class right. You could just do what you wanted to with. You cannot license, restrict, regulate, or tax a constitutional right. Nope. Nope. If they do, they're taking it for themselves and turning it into a privilege. No. And isn't this just a coincidence? That drops right before what's fixing to come out today. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're saying Roe v. Wade's going to be overturned today on a Friday, right before the weekend. Big time riots. Shit. Where the hell did he go? Oh, he must have found something. I don't know where he went. Buddy! Oh, he's way up there. He's way ahead of me. He don't get so far ahead of me, boy. I thought you was back there in the woods. At least he comes to me. I had a couple dogs that wouldn't even pay that no attention. What are you sniffing on now, dog? Hey, leave it alone, whatever it is. Come on this way. Yeah, all hell's gonna break loose when this decision drops. They're already trying to separate them down at the Capitol, D.C., foreign occupied land. That's why there's no constitutional rights in Washington, D.C. That's foreign occupied land. Yeah. Constitution doesn't apply there. That's the corporation's land. Now, it's not U.S. land. It's funny though. Incorporated entities aren't sovereign, which means corporations can't levy a tax. So incorporated municipalities, incorporated counties, incorporated states, and incorporated United States can't levy a tax. How do I know that? Read Waldo, or no, what is it? Frankfurt v. Waldo. Waldo Lumber Company. Frankfurt v. Waldo Lumber Company. It also says taxes cannot be paid in promissory notes, which the Federal Reserve note is a promissory note. So we have case law. It doesn't even apply because now we're all in corporate or corporations. So that's where that goes. I'm gonna keep this one short today. Got out early this morning, so it wouldn't be so hot. And, but yeah, Dobbs dropped yesterday. Big time. Big, huge. And nobody's talking about it. They're like, oh, now New Yorkers can apply for their concealed carry permit. No, you read what it says. It says it's a constitutional right, meaning the government has no freaking say whatsoever. None. They can't permit it. You can't permit a right. So I'm just saying, what has happened is way more than what they're putting on to be. They don't want everybody to know that constitutional carry, and not just concealed carry, open carry too, was just put back in place yesterday by the grace of God. By the grace of God. And from my understanding, public accessible places cannot restrict constitutional rights. So a private store that's open to the public cannot tell you you can't be armed now, because now it's established. It's a constitutional right. So that's going to go kind of weird, because especially like places like Texas, where they got rid of 30-06 and 30-07 signs, and now they got 30-05 signs. Well, that sign now is unconstitutional, from what I understand. I mean, it's a private business, and you think, oh, well, they can restrict and do whatever they want. No, not necessarily. If you're open to the public, you can't deny people their constitutional rights. You just can't do it. I'm trying to think of the case law on that one, but pretty sure. So now, if you're like a private, where you charge a fee and you have a membership to your business, that's different. But if you're open to the public and serving the public, pretty sure all your constitutional rights are intact, unless you're causing a disturbance or something like that. Yeah, it's there's all kind of stuff. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have the American for Disabilities Acts and all that kind of stuff. You know, I can't just throw you out of the store just because they don't like what you're doing. As long as you're not breaking the law, that's the main criteria. Time, place, and manner. Time, place, and manner. So that's the big deal. All right, guys. Well, that's the huge news. Constitutional carry is the law of the land now, the way I understand it. I don't think anybody else is going to explain it to you. But if it's a right, they cannot freaking license it, tax it, restrict it, regulate it. Can't do nothing. That means not only is concealed carry constitutional, so is open carry. I'm just saying. All right, well, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll catch you next time. Later.